What kind of China have you seen? 9.60 million square kilometers, or 3 million square kilometers of surging. It is the world where the seasons revolve, where ice and fire, get off the ground like a bird, rise to the sky. The results are beyond your imagination. Go to places that are usually inaccessible. See the wonders of the sky. Overlooking this land that gets a long day and night, even the most familiar scene has changed. From the world around you to your distant home. From physical geography to human history. 50-minute air journey. An unprecedented experience. From now on, join us. Sky Tour. Inner Mongolia is from 126 degrees east longitude, 97 degrees west to east longitude. It is the largest autonomous region in China that spans longitude. The Greater Khingan Mountains and the Yinshan Mountains lie between the east and the west. The Yellow River crosses a corner in a zigzag. Forest, grassland, desert, gobi. Here is a rich and diverse natural landscape. Our air journey, it starts in Hulenburg in the east. Appreciate the colors of spring at the foot of the Greater Khingan Mountains. Walking through the summer grassland, looking for the exotic atmosphere of autumn. Farewell to winter lodge. Go to the depths of the grassland. Feel a passionate snow carnival. The spring in the Great Khingan Mountains is very short. It didn't arrive until May. But the Shingon cuckoo on the shores of Dabianhui, but seized the opportunity. Boom, quickly. Soil by Lake Darban, from a volcanic eruption about 90,000 years ago. Here it is. Shingon rhododendrons can grow to nearly 2 meters tall. There are about 900 species of rhododendrons in the world. 56.5% of them can be found in China. Come to the summer grassland. We kind of open up the desktop. In this seemingly simple green, one can find over 1,000 different plant species. Sheep are the most numerous of the 5 animals in the grassland. Their nature, so quiet and love to live in groups. Gathering together is their greatest characteristic. The word artifact. It is the best interpretation of the character of sheep. The height allows us to see more clearly. The color of this lake. This is the largest lake in Inner Mongolia. Hulan Lake. They have different names in different historical periods. It is called days in Shanhaijin. Hulan Lake is also known as Dalai Lake in Mongolian. It means a lake like a sea. An area of over 3,000 square kilometers. Let it deserve to be on the grassland. Giant lake-like sea. This exotic city. There used to be a Mongolian named Holokenbrag. In 1903, the East Qing Railway built by Tsarist Russia was open to traffic. This is the first stop to enter China. Manchuria means Manchuria Station in Russian. People have since called this place Manchuli. Located at the junction of China, Russia and Mongolia. The night in Manchuli also has a different style. Russian handicraft Matryoshka dolls, magnified to a height of 30 meters, brilliant in the night of the grassland. This building on the Sino-Russian border. It is the 5th generation gate of Manchuli. For over 100 years, this port has always been an important foreign trade channel for China. 60% of Sino-Russian trade is transported by land, or hinch here. The meandering river. In our country's Rooster territory, it originated in the Great Khingan Mountains, from southwest to northeast, become the border between China and Russia. Finally imported into Heilongjiang. Although the main roads in China are only 970 kilometers long, it has more than 1,800 tributaries, nourishes the entire Hulan Boar grassland. The Itina River is the birthplace of the Mongolian people. It has also nurtured generations of nomadic people. Let's follow the sightseeing train into the autumn forest. The Greater Khingan Mountains lie in the eastern part of the Inner Mongolia Plateau, form the largest cool temperate bright coniferous forest in China. Bright is the most intuitive feeling that people come here. Although tall plants are dense, it's not dark. More than 400 kinds of wild animals, more than 1,000 species of wild plants grow here. The observation deck of Ichimui. It is the best place to overlook the Great Khingan Mountains. The Great Khingan Ling. It's not that it's tall, but its breadth. The highest peak of the Greater Khingan Mountains in Inner Mongolia, less than 2 kilometers above sea level, but it extends for about 1,200 kilometers. from the sky. You would think I am in the rolling low hills. Minimum temperature of -40 degrees. Let white be the theme of winter. Greater Kingaling. Not only will the humid warm current from the Pacific Ocean outside the Inner Mongolia plateau and the cold air from Siberia. He stayed. Up to half a year of snow. It becomes an important water supply for forests and grasslands. Ice and Snow in Ulaanbaatar. It has been held for 18 sessions. Inner Mongolian means amusement. Mongolians combine sacrifice with entertainment. Formed on the grassland once a year, the most lively ethnic event. The traditional Nodam is held in the middle of summer in July and August. The rise of tourism let winter also have Nodam. Competitive games are the most eye-catching part. If the Prairie Boys can win in Nodam, he will be considered a hero of the grasslands. Camels are known for their endurance, but on the field, they can reach a top speed of 70 kilometers per hour. Wrestling belongs to the traditional three arts of Mongolian boys. 1-1-1. Elimination. One fall determines the outcome. When there are many people, it even takes 2 or 3 days to decide the top. People on horseback, with bravery as a shield, faith and honor, ride between heaven and earth. This journey, we will follow the course of history. Viewing the colorful maple forest at 43 degrees north latitude. Mining Chinese civilization from redwoods. Flying over the natural legacy of glaciers. Finally, we set foot in Arshan. Visit China's most diverse volcanoes. Every year after the autumn frost, in the forest park in the hinterland of Hokkien Desert, start a colorful show. Can you imagine? All about the color of maple leaves. They have everything here. Even the same tree. The colors of old branches and new shoots are also very different. Sand is not ideal for tall trees. In order to survive, the maple trees here are slowing down their growth. Choose a short and sturdy figure. Ruins left to us by our ancestors, one of the hardest codes to crack. About 4,000 years ago, the ancients took local materials. A stone city was built out of stones. The double circle structure makes up the living room and the exterior walls. The prominent arc is called the horse face. It is the defense system of Shichen. kilometers east, Chifin, the most populous city in Inner Mongolia. The city got its name from a reddish-red mountain. Neolithic period. One uses jade as a medium, the matriarchal clan that connects heaven and earth. Living in Red Mountain, they left a large number of jade utensils for future generations. 1950s. Archaeologists will identify sites similar to this one, uniformly named Hongshan culture. Climb Peking University Mountain. A granite forest stretching for about 40 kilometers stands on the top of the mountain. The granite forest appears to stand alone. The bottom is almost at the same level, and they're all interconnected. Ice Age about 2.60 million years ago. This was once covered with ice about 300 meters thick. The creation of ice caps and the melting of glaciers, erosion of flowing water, gives granite a lasagna-like structure. Then the wind continued to carve the features of the stone forest. In October, migratory birds begin to fly over Lake Darno, the flag shore. Sometimes a glyph, sometimes V-shape. This is the season of migration. Lake Darno is the ancestral post of migratory birds. Lake Darno is a typical highland inland lake. The lake is only supplied, no lake. The fresh water of 4 rivers converges here. It cannot contend with the intense evaporation on the Inner Mongolia plateau. Brackish water, lead water. Only 2 kinds of fish, Crucian carp and Chinese fish, can survive. Migratory birds did not give up this post because of this. Most time, Lake Darno has welcomed 70,000 migratory birds. Spring and autumn. The massive battle between migratory birds and fish never stops. This tranquil landscape. There was a time when the sky fell apart. Geological history period. Large-scale volcanic eruptions in the ocean area. Lava tumbling. Here, therefore, it has the largest volcanic lava landform in Asia. Over 800 square kilometers. There are more than 50 volcanic cones formed by volcanic eruptions alone. Lake on crater. Slowly formed large and small Tianchi. Ershan is the densest place in the world in Tianchi. 9 Tianchi developed in 19 high volcanic craters. The lake is smooth and clean. Long drought discord. It never rains. The secret that the water level of Tianchi does not rise or fall all year round, hidden deep underground. Massive amounts of groundwater pass through the volcanic plume, replenished the high crater, form the wonder of Tianji. Dense volcanic landforms. It also brings abundant geothermal resources to Wanshan. Even at minus 40 degrees Celsius, this section of the Haraha still doesn't freeze. Beyond the unfrozen river, so far, 4 thermal springs have been discovered in Wanshan. It includes about 76 hot and cold springs. And here's what's really strange. Some cold springs coexist with hot springs, only 0.3 meters apart. The water temperature can vary by about 40 degrees Celsius. Come to drink water. Your head can also soak in the hot spring, by the way. Next, we will go deep into the central part of Inner Mongolia, the most pristine grassland pastures. Visit mysterious forces from the depths of the earth. Drive down a surreal dinosaur highway, looking back at the bustling capital of the Yuan dynasty. "50 to 100 kilometers of long distance running every day. Mongolian horses can last for more than 10 days. Even if the snow is 40 centimeters deep, Mongolian horses can also clear snow. Find the grass roots buried deep under the snow. Thousands of years ago, they tamed wild horses. Mongolian horses don't need fancy stables. They belong only to the vast grasslands. Once the pony is halted, become the most loyal and diligent friend of the herdsman. Mongolian horses are strong, good at riding or pulling a cart. Thick fur can withstand Siberian blizzards. It can even kick a wolf in the head when attacked. The grass covers a volcano. "100 to 150 kilometers below the Earth's crust. The high temperature and high pressure environment is filled with magma. Once magma rushes out of the surface from a weak part of the Earth's crust, the volcano formed. Volcanoes are windows to the sky from the hot center of the Earth. Silanhat-Abaga Volcano Group. There are about 300 seats, different types of quaternary basaltic volcanoes. Inner Mongolia. It is one of the most important volcanic eruption zones in China, from Daxing-Anling in the east to Hohan in the middle. The volcanoes stretch for nearly 1,000 kilometers. About 100 million years ago, this desolate land was once full of vegetation, biological flourishing. National Highway 208. These two enormous animals. It is the second largest dinosaur in the world. Restored statue of Brachiosaurus. Pastoral. We come to the Cretaceous. Enter the home of the dinosaurs. For over 100 years, more than 20 kinds of dinosaur fossils have been unearthed in Ironheart. Nobody knows how many dinosaurs lived on Earth, but almost every continent in the world has. Dinosaur fossils have been unearthed. This ruin on the grassland. It was once the capital of a dynasty. Ad. 1256. Yuan dynasty founding Emperor Kublai Khan. He founded his capital here. This capital and the ancient city of Beijing built a few years later. It has the exact same architecture. You could say, Beijing city is a reproduction of Yuanshan magnified 6 times. They also built a square wall. It also has the outer city, the inner city, and the imperial city. Even the central axis is identical. The 11 emperors of the Yuan dynasty, 6 have been crowned here. Yuan Shandan. Half of the history of the Yuan dynasty. This journey, we arrive in the middle of Inner Mongolia. Wind power starts its journey with a beautiful altitude. Following the curve of the Yellow River, we arrived in the 2 most important cities of Inner Mongolia. One winter year, from spring to winter. The winter Inner Mongolians have complained about countless times, bringing new energy to the grassland. 7,300 effective wind hours a year, equivalent to more than 300 days and nights. According to estimates, wind power per 10 billion kilowatts, equivalent to reducing CO2 emissions by 9.70 million tons, save 3 million tons of standard coal, water saving for 0.50 million tons. In 2017, wind power generation in Inner Mongolia, 55.10 billion kilowatt-hours, close to half a year's electricity consumption in Beijing. Start here. The Yellow River leaves Inner Mongolia and enters Shaanxi. Flowing slowly like an old cow. It is the tranquility before the galloping of the Yellow River. This is the core of the Jinshan Grand Canyon. The Yellow River will travel hundreds of kilometers through the gorges. More than half of the sediment content of the Yellow River, all from the upcoming Jinshan Grand Canyon tour. Many Inner Mongolian people like to say that they go to Honghut. Honghut is short for Hohhot, the capital of Inner Mongolia. Many ethnic groups live here, building this city with a history of more than 400 years. Honghut was once known as Jiaoshan, chief of the Tumut department in the Ming dynasty. Radan Khan built this great Zhang temple. Thus began the centuries-old history of temple construction in Honghut. 7 terabytes, 8 terabytes, 70 trillion. In a city of less than 20,000 square kilometers, there used to be nearly 100 temples gathered. Cigarette wrap. Mongolian Hoha means Cyan City. Now Hoha's face is more and more beautiful. Gorgeous night. The people who set the city on fire. More expectations for the future. Deep in Daking Mountain, the temple is built on a hill. The Tibetan name of Wudong Mao is Badagar. It means white lotus. About 300 years ago, this is modeled after Cha Shi Humpo Monastery in Zizan, built this temple. Although hidden deep in the mountains, Wudangja is an advanced Buddhist institution. In Mongolian, Bukchu means a place with a ride. Legend has it that Genghis Khan dug up deer-shaped roots here. Exclaimed Bayo picture. Hence the name. Puchonghi were transliteration as Bachu. Cities with annual evaporation almost 10 times greater than precipitation. There are more than 70 parks with an area of more than 10,000 square meters. The legend of Bachu began in the middle of the Ming Dynasty. As a traffic artery between northwest China and Central Plains, Bachu became an important commercial town outside the Great Wall. In the 1950s, the construction of a steel company let 80,000 many builders bring their families to Bachu. Bachu Iron and Steel Company owns to high-quality products, steel and rare earth. Today, 62% of the rails of the Beijing-Shanghai High-Speed Rail, 50% of the rails of the Beijing-Guangzhou High-Speed Rail, nearly 2/3 of the track of the Qinghai-Tibet Railway is produced here. This journey connects yesterday and today in Inner Mongolia. Yinshan uncovers the history of nomadic people. Walnut civilization influences today's footsteps. Changes of Yellow River rice. Leave a beautiful gift. Clear the clouds. Let's go and look at a large canvas. The Yin Mountains in central Inner Mongolia. Since the Stone Age, people on the rocks of the overcast mountains leave a mysterious pattern. About 21,000 square kilometers. A total of 50,000 rock paintings of Yinshan were found. And this is at least tens of thousands of years old. The Yellow River suddenly extends northward in Inner Mongolia. After being blocked by Yinshan, he turned to the east, draw a huge zigzag. Between the Yellow River and the Yinshan Mountains, there is a walnut plain. Sanxiang Palace Water Conservancy Project. It is the total water inlet of agricultural water in the Heitang Plain. Every year, the water that passes through this lock is distributed to the Heitang Plain. Most of it is used for drinking water and agricultural irrigation. Generally, spring, summer, and autumn, they irrigate it 4 times. Different crops have different irrigation frequencies. Yes, twice a year. Yeah, 4 or 5 times a year. For over 2,000 years, the exploration of agricultural technology let the Walnut Plain become a true rice grain river outside the Great Wall. Wuliang Suhai is a gift left to us by the Yellow River. In 1850, the Yellow River was diverted southward, left the total lake. Flood, and the inflow of agricultural water into the Heitang Plain, changing the appearance of Wuliang Suhai. "265 species of birds make their home here. Among them, 7 species of birds are protected at the national level. The water animates the land. This lake is still young. What it will look like in the future, it will be up to us and nature to decide. This green is not pretty, but it's not easy to see them. Just 30 years ago, it's a land of desertification. After 30 years, the desert has become a park. Countries around the world that are also struggling with desertification were also drawn here to participate in the discussion of sand control. Kabuki, the 7th largest desert in China. It took people almost 30 years. Finally learned to get along with it. Plant the vegetation that the desert lacks in the right places. In Kabuki, people have domesticated more than 1,000 drought-tolerant, salt-tolerant species, plant seeds, invented more than 100 methods of biological sand fixation. Placement of PV arrays in arid land. Generate electricity from sunlight. Let plants grow happily under the protection of solar panels. Let animals make their home in the desert. This long green corridor, like a sacred carpet, lead us to the tomb of Genghis Khan. After Genghis Khan passed away, they made sacrifices with white rods. Later, this stuff formed the current 8 white houses. Where is Genghis Khan buried? It's still a mystery. But the rituals of his sacrifice are passed down from generation to generation by the tomb keepers, continue to this day. Into the west, we will go deep into the heart of China's desert belt. Visit a wild desert, Gaim. Let the camel lead us to feel the vastness of the Gobi, searching for the toughest species in the desert. The bridge across the Yellow River. The bridge width is 37 meters. Adopt to a 8-lane first-class highway standard. It is the widest bridge in the Yellow River Basin. Under the bridge is a young lake, Wuhai Lake. In 2013, the Yellow River Haiguo Bay Water Conservancy project was completed. The water of the Yellow River converges here to form an area of 118 square kilometers. The artificial lake. There's a lot of action here. It might break your image of the desert. In 2017, 350,000 all kinds of off-road vehicles gathered here. Our million heroes amaze, like a martial arts drill. The character of sand. You have to climb the sand dunes to get a deeper understanding. The dunes are steep. The surface is soft and hard. Proper gear control can speed up and down. Windward sand is harder. Leeward surface sand is soft. Speed is the most crucial factor in staying ahead. This is the third largest desert in China, the Badayin Desert. Its area is equivalent to the size of 40 Hong Kong. It has the highest sand mountain in the world. The most common animal on the sandy mountains is the camel. Yalxa Lake has been known as Camel Township since ancient times. The Bactrian camels here evolved special structures adapted to the Gobi Desert. Bactrian camels are native to North America. Millions of years ago, they migrated all the way, crossing the Bering Strait, and Eurasia began to spread massively. About 4,000 years ago, Bactrian camels were tamed. From then on, the camel became a loyal partner of human life in the deserts. Cross the desert along the G7 highway. We went all the way north, to the Gobi in northwestern Inner Mongolia. Black City is the most complete surviving grassland on the Silk Road. The largest ancient city ruins. 9th century AD, the Western Xia regime built this castle, and it flourished for almost 500 years. From the sky, Black City is a rectangle. There are two city gates, east and west. Northwest corner of the city wall, 5 complex wave towers are still preserved today. This is a unique architectural form of Tibetan Buddhism. Now quicksand is eroding the Black City from the east and northwest. Many ruins have been buried under the sand. Chinese Western Chinese bilingual dictionary found in Black City. Let the Western see a civilization open a mysterious corner. Hai, an ancient lake in Yijin Bana, Inner Mongolia. This lake is the second largest inland river in China, the Hai River. They converged in the desert. Black River is also known as weak water. Since the 1960 ice, this weak water system stops flowing in Yijin Bana. The Jiyan Sea also dried up for nearly 40 years. In 2003, the Hai River was brought back here. The ancient lake has been revived. The change of the river. It also affects the Gobi Desert, one of the most resilient species. Live for thousands of years after death. Fail for thousands of years. Populus Euphratica. When the river is diverted, the groundwater level is less than 9 meters. Populus Euphratica lives. The Gobi River flooded. Best for the growth of Populus Euphratica. Where does the water go? Where does the poplar grow? This tree can grow in the Gobi Desert. It can prevent wind and sand, protect the riverbank, reduce water loss, regulating the climate of the oasis. Nearly 1,000 miles of poplar corridor, in a desperate struggle against harsh conditions, showcasing the charm and energy of life.